And then here's the magic one that flies off. The clip.
This is my old
There we go. Now I'll get the screwdriver and see if we can pop this one on too. Ready? Listen for the pop.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, but it's got a broken bearing down here on the blower shaft here. It's got 2 augers in it. The thing is really awesome, this thing, man. So anyways, I'm taking this bearing off here so I can see if I can match one up from McMaster or something like that. Right, so we had a good day today. I've got some junk in the mail from eBay, and my bearings came for the snowblower here. So let's check them out. The original bearings were made by a company called Nice, which I never heard of. This is from the 1960s. They were called Nice 3030 DC bearings, and I was able to cross-reference it to a more modern size. Let's check it out. The original bearings here, and it's hard to see, but it says Nice 3030 DC, made in USA, and you can see how shot this stupid thing is. I can see right through it in there. There's like nothing left to it. And this is my replacement bearing here, which I got a 4-pack of them for like 20 bucks on Amazon, or eBay rather. And it's a 1630 ZZC3, and it has a 3/4 inch center in it. So this was the other bearing that originally was broken, so I basically got to knock that bearing retainer out of there and drive these in. I got 4 of them. There's actually 4 bearings on the blower, 2 on each reel. So let me hammer these out and see if we can, you know, drive these new ones in, and I think we'll be in good shape to put it back together and try to start it. So I took a chisel here and was able to pound out the rest of the first broken bearing. So now we just got to hammer the new bearing into this retainer here, and we should be good. What I did is I took the broken part of the old bearing and I used it to press it in the vise. So I just squeezed it in a vise, took 2 seconds, and it went right in there. Okay, so we're going to do a little more work here. I figured I'd use the GoPro. I haven't used this for a long time, but we're going to pound this other bearing out of this one here. So let's see if we can do that. Shouldn't be too hard. Hopefully. Thing is destroyed, man. There we go. I still got to get the rest of it out, but that thing was destroyed. I was able to take this chisel and just hook into the side here when I did the first one. Let's see. This chisel, oops, freaking chisel, the whole side broke off it. It's about the second time I've used it. I thought this was a really nice set that I bought, but evidently it's just regular Chinese junk, huh? Well, let me turn that thing and use the other side. See if we can get it going with this side. Did that side break yet? Just about. Oh, what a piece of junk. Let me see. There's a lip inside here I might be able to get. Kind of a tough spot. Doesn't help when you got no point on the edge to grip anything. That's no fun. I have to get a different chisel. Alright, so I found this chisel here that's like an old air chisel, and I'm going to try that one. There we go, it's starting to go. The thing is really hard to get a hold of because that lip is around there. There we go, perfect. So, I'll get another one of these new bearings here. Let's see. Here we go. And let's see. Put this right in there. Gotta get it started. And I'll open up my vise here. And just gonna give it a squeeze. Let's see.
Get my fingers out of there. There we go. Let's see. Squeeze it in. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Until the bottom's out. All set. Oh, should be good. Alright, so now we got 2 new bearings. Now we got to put them onto the fan housing and put it back together. Awesome. Okay, so we're back over to the blower here, and you can see how the bearings are on the top there. So this shaft here got a little crusty sitting outside. So let's see if we can get this sucker on there. There's carriage bolts that actually hold it on from the inside here. So see if we can line this up. The problem is that there's a sprocket on the inside of the shaft here, and you can't really even get to the heads on the carriage bolts because that socket, or sprocket rather, on the inside is right there with this number 41 chain. So let's see if we can get this turd lined up somehow. It's going to be a little complicated to do, I think. Let's see. What I really need is like a little screwdriver or something to hold the back of that head of that carriage bolt on the inside there. There we go. And just kind of get these started on there. Let's see. Get that going. And these things slide to adjust the chain tension also, which is kind of cool. There's actually quite a bit of back and forth adjustment here. Probably a good ½ inch or so, 3/4 of an inch maybe. I'm just putting it where the paint was last time before I took it apart. Let's see. Alright. And this big nut goes on here. It's like a castle nut. And that will suck the thing into the bearing too. So let's get the other side started and do the same thing over there. Alright, so before we get too crazy, the master link is right here on the chain and it's broken. I can see there's a piece hanging out there. The only issue is that the clip for the master link is on the other side, so I'm not going to be able to complete this task without fixing that chain first. I hope I have another link. I'm not sure, but at least I can get these bolts here going. This is why we couldn't start it. It's because the chain was flapping in the breeze due to the bearing breaking. So let's see if we can get this one here started. Same drill as the other side, where these carriage bolts make it hard to assemble it. Okay, got the back one partially started. Okay, that's cool. And then this front one here, my fingers don't really fit in there. I got a little bit. Let's see. Alright, so with a little bit of finagling, I was able to get the screwdriver on the back of the bolt here in order to get it tighter. So, see here. Now, I can get the one in the back. There we go. There we go. Cool. Now, I can't adjust these things tighter because I don't know where the reel is going to have to be when we finally get the chain on there. So just kind of tighten them a little bit for now. And let's see. There's my wrench. Here it is. See if we can tighten this up a little bit. Let's see. Give it a couple cranks. Now, next thing we're going to have to do is get this chain apart. Okay, that was not so bad. Just pull it all the way out. Or not. Alright, so let's get this chain off. Let me go over to my toolbox and see if I got a number 41 link. And the chain Probably could use a little lubrication as well. And we'll get it back together. Alright, so I just went to Tractor Supply to get some, you know, master links, but they didn't have any. So I went to a hardware store. They had some, but no number 41s. Yeah, Tractor Supply had no 41s either. The slot was empty on the shelf. And then I went to an auto parts store, local auto parts store, and they got all the pull-out drawers with the hardware, and they had some. So I got 4 of them just in case. But basically, we've got to get this old one out is the first step. So let's see if we can just pry this turd out of the way, because it's really bad. And this chain itself, I think I might have replaced it at some point. I can't remember. Honestly, it's been about 25 years since I really used this snowblower. 25 years. And I let my father use it for a while. He brought it to his old place of work, and they used it there in the parking lot for a while. And then they sold that place, and he brought it to another family member's house, and this broke a couple years ago, and they haven't touched it since. Now that house has been sold, and I got it back again 20 years later or whatever it is. So let's see. This thing gonna fit good? Yeah, it'll fit nice. So, alright, so let me put the chain back into the machine, and we'll put this link in there and see if we can get it going. Alright, so what I've done now is I just got the chain coming out the front, and I got it onto this sprocket in the back here. And this one actually spins the impeller fan, so I'm gonna spin that and see if I can't feed the chain back through the track that it goes through here back down into the auger housing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it and put it on the sprocket that it ultimately goes on, and we'll put the master link on it while it's on the sprocket, and then it should make it a lot easier. Let's see. I'm a little unclear if the chain is missing one link or not, but I have a couple inches of this chain, so if it is actually missing one link, I could cut a link out of my spare chain. Let's see, here we go, got it down here. Man, V-belts are so much easier, aren't they? But that's why this thing is diesel, because it's all chains and there ain't no belts on it. Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely not even close to being lined up. I think I really got to tighten this nut on the end here down, which will ultimately suck it in more. Let's see. See here, here's the chain. And the chain's on the bottom of the thing. Oh, it's gonna line up perfect. What do you know? Look at that, huh? It'll line up absolutely perfect. Let me turn it down a hair, and now it's in a spot that I can actually access it. This might screw me here. Let's see. No, I should be good. I want it to go this way. There we go. And then I gotta put this piece on. Okay, and then we got the little locking tab, whatever you call this piece. I just call it the lock. Hopefully we can do this without it shooting across the driveway. I'll put this on from the top down. Sometimes these are tricky to get on. Okay, let's see. Got it lined up. Now you just got to push it down with a screwdriver. It should snap in. Well, not yet. This is where sometimes they shoot off. There we go. snap, and it's in. So now at this point we can tighten the, like I was saying, on the reel here we got the chain tension, and this side over here is super loose, so we're gonna have to pull that towards the front of the machine. Let's see if we can. I never tighten these, they're just hand in here by hand, so it shouldn't be that hard to. Oh, good thing I looked at this. The master link is popped out over here, so we're gonna have to fix this side too. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the tab on the link there is hanging by the breeze, so let me see. See if I can pull this forward just a little bit. Yeah, I don't think that on this side the tension is as critical because it's actually going between the two reels, so side to side. I don't think side to side is going to make it tighter. It'd have to go up and down, and these don't have any up and down play, so maybe it's okay that this side's a little loose. But I think this side here is got a good tension right now. So I'm gonna come up here and snug these bolts up here now, and we still got to tighten the, like I said, the nut on the reel there. We'll tighten these down first. Let's see. That's cool. Let's see. Nice. Probably got to use a socket to tighten this one. Got to hold the reel on the inside so it doesn't spin. Oh, this is still getting in there. When I took it apart, I used a socket on a ratchet. Let's see. You can see how much the one on the top is threaded on compared to the one on the bottom here. A lot, so let's see what we can do. Yeah, that's great. Sucking it right into the bearing, which is what we want it to do. Ow. Tighten up this side now. Okay. Yeah, it's working good. I bought enough bearings to replace the top ones also. I don't know that I'm going to bother or not, unless I think that they're really bad, but it was just as easy to buy a 4-pack as a 2-pack, just a couple cents more, so figured why not, you know. And let's tighten these bad boys here up. Yeah, there is a lot of play in that chain, but I don't think it's actually going to be a problem. You know, I might be able to loosen the top reel and slide it back a hair. Oh, looks like the top one does have up and down adjustments. So let me try to loosen this a hair. Let me see. Maybe I should fix this master link before we get to that issue. Let me see. What do we got going on here? Yeah, it just like fell off, so that's just nuts. There we go. Just try to take this off for a second. Maybe I'll put one of the new ones in. I'd rather be safe with it than have it blow up on us later. Let's open this one here up and try it with a nice fresh one. Here we go. Alright, let's get this chain back up. Yeah, see, now it's being all tight on me when before it was loose. Right? There we go. Okay. I'm just going to roll it down a little bit. Now, see, this is going to be tricky to get this thing together. There's not really any room in here to do this, really. Let's see. Okay, here's that one. And then here's the magic one that flies off. The clip. There we go. Now I'll get the screwdriver and see if we can pop this one on too. Ready? Listen for the pop. There we go. Cool. Now let's see what happens here if I loosen these. Will this one go up? Ugh. Oh man, hit my knuckles on there. Let's see. Okay. Is it an up and downer? Still tight because I want to move. Hold on, let me get my hammer. I need a hammer to hammer this thing or something. Yeah, there we go. Up. Did it make it any tighter? No. It's definitely not up all the way. Let me see if I can pull it up and tighten it off camera.